Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to The Force Unleashed, Star Wars The Force Unleashed. So we're back on this jungle planet and we're about to do a boss fight with the Apprentice for the Jedi that we already took out on this planet. And we crawled through a Sarlacc's stomach to find
Senator Organa,
this guy,
Master Coda has sent me to rescue
the
you.
father of Princess Leia.
I knew he couldn't stay out of the fight for long. But I thought he'd be angry with me for ignoring his advice.
He's angry, but I think he wants to be able to yell at you in person.
Hurry. Shakti's apprentice has gone mad.
This whole planet has gone insane.
Oh, we're not crazy. We've just embraced the power of the dark side.
Stand aside, girl. Don't make me hurt you.
You won't. He won't let you.
So, Shakti's apprentice there, she had like a braid of ribbon, I suppose you'd call it, and it was not animating properly. It was cutting like through her chest as it's animating. So, as they're making this exploitive outfit for her, they're also not even depicting it properly. And so this is a bull rancor, which I assume I need to like make some effort to fight, but he's also going invisible. You can see the engine in the game here kind of knows, like, so she embraces the dark side, but what does that even mean? It's not like she's working with Emperor Palpatine or Darth Vader. It just means she's doing something. She's just embraced something else, a different philosophy. At the core of it, this is kind of one of the issues of the storylines of the Star Wars universe. Is it's this very black and white, simplistic story designed to be approachable and understandable by young kids, particularly in the prequels, that's the case. And so there's just a good side and a dark side. I mean, they literally call it the dark side. They don't have any possibility that it's anything else. They could have called it the blue side or the red side. But like, I guess anger. And so I take out this bull rancor and throw him down in this cutscene. And see, am I gonna really fight this character? Wow, that certainly felt like the camera was messing up. So she's got the ability to go invisible. Which doesn't really help her too much, particularly when you consider the guy's fighting with a sword that he can just spin around, and force lightning, which he can direct. Look, if I'm like this way I won't hit her, but if I'm this way I will. It's like, if I'm pointing this way I won't hit her, and if I'm pointing this way I won't hit her, but if I go this way I will. And she has nightstick style dual force power lightsabers, you I guess would say. But she's not really acting in even a good pattern. She goes invisible and then runs right towards me. And say I can just knock her down. My death won't be easy. Another example, the subtitles are not turned on, not working. They didn't bother to subtitle anything. Ah, see, and that's an interesting idea of an apprentice going to the dark side and then thinking or actually succeeding at conquering an entire planet. I'm about to win. But it's not gonna get really explained or shown here. So am I supposed to defeat her? And see, he almost stabbed her to death, so he's still totally willing to kill her. So he's not much of a good guy either. You can see in this cutscene she is doing what she should have been doing in the actual fight, which is moving around me.
The Senator's yours. There's no need to kill me now.
You are a slave to the dark side. I'd be doing the galaxy a favor.
It's not my fault. Shakti abandoned me here. This planet is evil. It corrupted me. But you can save me. Just let me get away from here. Just let me go.
So it's like her hair on her chest? No? It's just some weird belt.
That one. She reminds me too much of another young Jedi who turned to the dark side. You shouldn't have let her go free.
You really think she's free? She'll carry the memories of what she's done here forever.
And so I have no idea if she shows up in any story or anything else. So that's probably the end of it as far as this, unless she shows up in some of the Ultimate Sith Edition DLC. I personally would have taken her with me, because she definitely needs Jedi training as much as I do, and there's only one Jedi that we even know. And see, she's not even listed here, it seems, as one person you corrupted. Corrupted Mare's Brood. Then we unlock some more things and all of that. And then we're back to a cutscene.
Open rebellion is too dangerous, Master Coda. I know I owe you my life, but...
You don't owe me anything. I told you on Cloud City that I can't help you. Not since I lost my sight. He's your hero, and it's his rebellion. Join us because he's asking you to.
You are the first to really fight the Empire. We're not prepared to go to war yet. We need weapons and starships and people with the courage to use them. I don't know how many others will stand with us.
But surely you know some who will.
Well, yes, there are other senators who have spoken out against the Emperor. But they will be hard to convince.
We just need to show them that the Empire is vulnerable.
Let me meditate on that. I'm sure we can find the right target. In the meantime, Senator, gather your friends. We're gonna need all the help we can get.
Interesting, the back of his neck is covered in mud. And so are his arms.
Master, he's here.
You have received my message?
Yes, your mission goes well.
I have recruited others to my cause, but now I need your counsel. My allies seek a major strike against the Empire.
The Emperor rules the galaxy through fear. We must destroy a symbol of that fear. The Empire is building Star Destroyers above Raxus Prime. That shipyard is your next target.
Thank you, Lord Vader.
There is much conflict in you. Your feelings for your new allies are growing stronger. Do not forget that you still serve me.
I hate being him.
I think he does too.
Master.
Juno.
I came to find out where you wanted to go next. But it looks like you've already been told.
Juno, this isn't what it looks like.
Of course it is. You're still loyal to Vader. After he branded me a traitor and tried to kill you, you're still his
slave.
Then why did you defy Vader to rescue me?
I needed someone to fly the ship.
We both know that's not true. My being here has never been about my piloting. Sometime soon, you will decide the fate of the rebellion, not your master. And when you're faced with that moment, just remember that I too was forced to leave behind everything I've ever known. Please, don't make me leave another life behind.
So, this is a really weird storyline here. Sorry for not talking over these things, but I guess not many people are going to complain about that. And we're back to the, kind of the same area we'd been to before. I'm not even hearing any music right now. It's like...
This is the closest I can get you. Once you find a way to the processing plant, we can use the ore cannon to attack the shipyards directly.
So we're back, it looks like at the same place, but probably not. And so Starkiller here, a character that we really don't see in anything, is now just like the penultimate important factor for the creation of the entire Rebel Alliance. And in effect, that means that Darth Vader created the Rebel Alliance, and this is, it gets ridiculous, and it's putting Starkiller, our main character, in a place of importance that he really shouldn't be in. He's not having his own story as much as he's surmounting and stealing the story that we've known up to this point. They make an interesting noise when they die. It sounds like they're just saying "rude dude." And it looks like we've got slightly more difficult, better armored characters. And I really don't have to be that interested. Another one of those doorways that aren't explained as doorways. And when it desperately needs a button prompt. Finally the music decides to start kicking in, and we've got some Jawas and some more of these characters. And let's go ahead and check our mission objectives. This is a big level. Destroy the Imperial Tractor Beam Tower, get 15 holocrons, and get 500,000 points. And I don't think last time we actually did get 500,000 points, but I would also not be surprised if it turns out that each one of these levels totally affords you the opportunity to collect about 50,000 more than the previous one. So while the amount that is being asked of you is increasing, so is the amount that can easily be gained. There also might be a factor that as I'm leveling up, I'm possibly getting more points just because I'm leveled up and nothing else. That's a possibility. See, that looks like there would be something under here, but no, not really. Still very much having an issue of games not giving me exactly what I want as far as how high my damage is. I feel like since I'm playing on Apprentice, this should be a one-hit kill scenario with these guys, and it's just not working that way. And that's the way I'm supposed to go, but before I go that way, let's just make sure we've hit everything. Since this game is pretty obviously unfinished, see, there's no collectible there, that's just a different bright yellow. Their palette in this game, since the holocrons are bright yellow and bright red, you've got to make them the only thing that's bright yellow and bright red in the game, and that's just not what they do. Alright, this... well, that didn't work. That kind of worked. Let's just jump down here and... these guys. Let's just hit these guys as many times as possible. But see, even when I'm electrocuting these guys, it's not a quick experience. And my infinite energy ran out. So now I'm at invincibility. So you might get the thought that perhaps this is the time when you should do something like this. But does that kill the guy any better? Not really. And see, this fight is just going on. And these guys were shooting at the other guys, so they were actually helping me. It would have been a good time in the previous cutscene also if he came out and said it directly to Juno that he was using Darth Vader for information, and thus he's not really still listening to him. But he didn't say that, so he's not even proving himself to be successfully duplicitous. There's a $5 word, duplicitous, but that's exactly what it is. Saying one thing to one person and one thing to the other. That's exactly what he should be, considering he's a spy. Like, being an assassin or a spy, either one, part of that, a big part of that, is going to be getting people to trust you. And Starkiller here doesn't seem like he has any of those abilities. It doesn't seem like he really has much skill other than just swinging around his lightsaber at all. And so, yeah, he's a Jedi and he's strong in the Force, but he doesn't even show the ability to do Jedi mind tricks. Which, think about that for a second. That here you have a Jedi that you would totally expect to be able to, since he's so strong, trick people into thinking one thing or the other. Imagine if that scene went exactly the same, and at the end he just said, Juno, wait, and then he goes, you will not remember any of this conversation, anything of what just happened. And he just Jedi mind tricks her and permanently erases her mind, which I don't even think we saw as something you could do in Star Wars, since they're establishing that Starkiller is so much more powerful in the Force. That would be a wonderful way to depict some duplicity, to leave it up to the player to determine what he's doing, to to have some mystery in the story. Inherently, since this game feels like it's supposed to be part of a...
You know I've reached an Imperial drop base. Can you override the hangar door?
I'll try, but it might take me a moment.
Take your time. I've got plenty to keep me busy here.
Like, since this is supposed to be not a single player character, I would say, because if this was just a no fall damage, that's nice to know, but also that invincibility I had totally not useful. I ran out of it before I even oh yeah, and I forgot these guys throw me. So yeah, if this was an MMO thing, you would just be playing as some random Jedi or random Sith. And there's a interesting question is, how does one immediately turn from Sith to Jedi? Is there a procedure? Is it just whatever you call yourself? Is it just Sith as an insult and they're all Jedi? Or Jedi is like a honorism and Sith is an insult? It seems like you can call anybody who uses the Force both Jedi and Sith, and they can call themselves both whatever they want. Shoot that guy pretty far for the kill cam, which they really are just a waste of time. And that would never work in an MMO, because as the other players are sitting around watching you play, if you get the kill cam, that means your character would just stand still for a long period of time. There's some invincibility. And see, I'm just jumping around trying to like damage increase, trying to collect as many of these things as possible, even though I'm not going to get them all, and I know I'm not going to get them all, and I don't even really care. This one wants to do the cutscene, which is interesting because before it didn't want to do a cutscene. Let's see. Get that out of the way to begin with. And too many QuickTime event buttons. This is a great example of what was wrong with QuickTime events, and eventually a lot of games learned that they'll do a QuickTime event and a secondary way, and so if the player is just not getting whatever the game wants you to get and playing, and the player just can't accomplish the goal you've set for them, they'll have a limited amount of health on the characters, and that limited amount of health will also eventually run out. You see, I'm draining health, and now I have unlimited energy, so I can continue to lightning bolt these guys. This game desperately also needs us to fight more animals. Just kind of neutral animal hunting idea. Even if it was just shooting womp rats every now and then to get health back, that would have a better system. And that's a Shadow Evo trooper. I'm getting shot by people I don't even see. Let's see. I'm dead, apparently. Let's come get these snipers. And see, do I even really need to go back down there to fight him? I think I do. And so, I don't see the full idea here to go invisible and be shielded and do massive amounts of damage. It seems like that's a bad mix of abilities. And with the shield, it means I can't use the Force much at all. Except for maybe that way. Just physically flinging things at the guy. And this is an elevator that's decided to go up and then stop halfway and then go to a cutscene. Wow. And so we get to see the cutscene where we're much cooler than in the game itself. This would have worked a lot better as just a cartoon movie, a 2-hour cartoon movie, but even to make it that far, you probably would have had to do a lot more animation. Probably not that much more storyline, but a lot more animation. And here it is, quiet again. Seems like the music just decides to not kick in immediately. I know I've got the music really quiet, but frankly that's actually working with YouTube's Content ID copyright system. And it's probably not going to be the case for most games, but if I play some game that I know is just going to play Star Wars music the whole time like this, it is very possible. So lightning shield for 6, I guess, and we still need quite a lot. Let's see how fast I recover force energy, or do I want to? I think I just wanted to get one of everything to start with, and then force combos I have 2, and that might actually be the only 2 left. So if I find, no, there's 6 more. So we can't be that far from the end of the game though. If I have 2 force combos here, and you get one of these every time you level up, eventually I'm just gonna end up with 999 extra points, just because there won't be anything to spend it on. Now on our lightsaber, I think we got the compressed blue crystal recently, and so we're looking for the unstable green crystal, the compressed gold crystal, the compressed and unstable purple crystal, the compressed red crystal, and just the basic yellow crystal. And so again, that seems to point out this we're almost done, and there's only 2 more of these special power crystals. And so let's back to the game now that we're in a new section. So we're supposed to go this way? I don't understand. If I'm supposed to go this way, then why am I over here? Oh, this is where we landed and did all of that. I'm confused. We got in an elevator, and then we were shown a cutscene where he was force gripping people out of a plane. How did we get to that point? Literally, an entire section of game is just missing here. We went from going up an elevator, which we should have just seen a cutscene of us walking off an elevator, to him being over here and force gripping things. And this seems like it's the same elevator, but if it is, I can't go back down. This is silly. This is total insanity. It's just how unfinished this is. And it's strange that the game runs. It's strange that we haven't run into any bugs. I will say the game did crash once as I was exiting after I saved. Not a big issue to me, honestly, though, because for a lot of games I leave them on for 24 48 hours straight because it's part of my motivating tactic to actually make sure I start recording as quickly as possible, and it doesn't work that well, but I don't want to have that extra delay of loading into it. So it has crashed once as I was exiting, but that's not a big deal. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.